Hi there, I'm Chloe, the National Culinary Manager for Winning Appliances, and I am in the Smeg Experience Centre today with Smeg's very own chef, Elkie. Thank you for having us here, Elkie.
Oh, thanks for coming to our home. This is my home away from home.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Nice.
It feels like home when I'm in here.
So glad that you're here, Chloe. Missed you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having us. And today we're going to be discussing with you what Smeg would look like in your home, what the latest appliances are, and we're going to chat to you. So make sure you shoot in some questions that you might have. So Elkie, what is this beautiful menu you put together for us?
Well, it's the Italian experience here at Smeg. So Smeg is an Italian company from the north of Italy, family owned, and I want to bring that to the table tonight. So a classic risotto using the gorgeous arborio rice from the north of Italy, and the seasonal produce. We've got some fennel and leek that we've caramelized in the pan, and I've just rendered it down low and slow on the induction cooktop to get some gorgeous flavour in it. Really gentle cooking, but this can also be crazy cooking if you want to have this boil rapidly. I've got some stock on that I need to have boiling, so the low and slow flavour is happening here. But in this corner, you can see it's just started to boil, and that was like not even 10 seconds.
So responsive, right?
Yeah.
That's what's great about induction.
Yeah, you got control. And when I'm not cooking, this space is a blank canvas, so it's nice nude space that you can just have to lean on or read a magazine if you want.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's so good.
it.
And how are you going to be cooking this risotto after you've kind of fried it off?
We all know that when guests comes, when you're entertaining at home, it gets a bit hectic. So I'm going to just put some wine in it now, and I'm going to finish this in our Combi Steamer.
Okay.
So right now the Combi Steamer has our little dessert in there.
Ooh.
But we're going to finish it in there. It's just going to take the pressure off.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let me get some wine in here.
Now, what is that cabinet you are opening right now?
This is my wish list. This is a little wine cellar. So, this thing I'm you into your wine to have the sommelier drawer. When you're trying to wrap through your drawers and find that corkscrew, it's all laid out there for you.
Perfect entertaining.
It is.
What's beeping at us there?
I know, that's our little custards. So our little steamed potted brulees. I'm just going to evaporate all that beautiful Pinot Gris. Smell it. In goes my favourite gremolata. Sorry for the garlic breath, everybody, but it's going to go in there.
Don't apologise for that. That's
now
the flavour.
Oh yeah, and the hard herbs. Like I always explain to people, the hard herbs have to be cooked out. So the thyme, oregano, marjoram, they're the chef tricks. If you're using these hard herbs from the garden, just make sure they get a little bit of cooking out too, to give you the best flavour. So that's stirring. Let me get out those little steamed brulees.
Yeah, beautiful. So how long have you been steaming your brulees for?
They've had 12 minutes, just like this. And when you steam in Smeg, I use a perforated trays, and they're just going to sit in our beautiful glass chiller. So out they go from one gorgeous appliance to the next. Right, just down here, we've got the blast chiller.
Now this is a chef appliance, right?
This is great when you're entertaining at home. This is the beast. Like this is.
So talk me through it. Let's explain to people at home what's a blast chiller.
Okay. The blast chiller, not only can it chill things down extremely quick, but you can also cook in it, you can preserve in it, you can snap freeze those beautiful raspberries you picked, and when you thaw them out, they're just like you've picked them. You don't lose all the nutrients, the texture's just fresh. So not only is it a freezer where you can make your ice cubes when someone used the last of them, in 20 minutes, you get your ice cubes. I think that's one of the demos you've seen me do a lot in winnings, where it's like, hang on, we've got no ice, well let me just make you some. 20 minutes later you have that beautiful ice cube. If you run out of wine, you can chill it down. Now in goes our gorgeous stock. Okay.
So it's so versatile, right? So you can prove dough in there.
You can, you can absolutely prove dough. You can do all sorts of things, not just freeze. So a lot of people are like, oh, but it's a freezer. No, it's not just a freezer. It's actually a great unit where you can. It's asking me for some water, so I'm just going to fill this up. You can see the Combi Steam over here. We just fill it up.
So let's talk about Combi Steam quickly, because this is probably one of the newest appliances on the market, and I think if you haven't bought an appliance in quite a few years, this is a bit of a new world to you. So when we say Combi Steam, as commercial cooks and being in commercial kitchens, we understand this appliance, right?
That's right. For years I've been using these guys, like big ones, you know, in industry where they're using steam and oven together at the same time. Well, now you can do that at home. So the restaurant tricks and tips can be accessible in your own kitchen at home. So right now you can see I'm filling it up from the wands, and what it does, it heats up to a temperature and you start using it as a straight steamer. Or if I wanted that second oven in the house, I can have it as the second oven in the house and bake some bickies. Or if I wanted that gorgeous succulent roast, I could use the oven temperature at 180, 190 degrees, but also use about 50% moisture and create a moister cavity. And none of that fat's going to stick to the sides of the units because of that moisture level.
So about what a combi steamer is, and like you said, it's a 3-in-1 appliance. You have the option to use it as a straight steamer, as a regular oven, or a combination of both. So don't be fooled, they're not separate appliances, they're all in the same unit.
That's right.
Yeah.
So right now I've got it set on a full steam set function, and it's at the 100%. So it's going to be a nice little steam box, just like you would put something on your stove.
Yeah, so that's a great way. You've described it before, right? This is what's coming off here as steam. It's generated, you know, moisture.
And the perforated trays are classic. So if you want to take the pressure off catering, those little pots you saw me do, it could be a picnic jam jar. It could be anything you want to take on a picnic. Put it in there on your little glass jars. Make your custards, your date puddings, take them away with you when you go on picnics. And even sterilising jars, baby foods. It's endless what you can do in a steamer. Not just desserts, but fish and little bowls of tom yum or soups that you like. It just takes the pressure off, I find.
That's right. You don't have to use that benchtop rice cooker anymore.
No.
You can do it all inside your steamer. Every little individual grain of rice is standing upright, perfect, ready for you to go. So it's a very versatile appliance and one of the hottest on the market right now.
Keeps all that nutrition level in there.
That looks beautiful, Elkie.
Now it smells gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to put all my stock in now, and rather than stand there and stir like I always seem to do, I'm going to throw it in there. Okay,
and how long do you think that will take?
Between 12 and 15 minutes, depending on how much rice you've put in there and how long you've cooked it out for on the stove.
Yeah.
So we can just let that be happy in that little box and forget about it now.
All right, so what are we doing next?
Well, to build up the risotto, because we know risotto is great, but it can get so much better. So when I am making risotto, I think about the crunchy element. So right here in the pan, what I've done is blend up some gorgeous cauliflower. And I've just been letting that go low and slow in some ghee and some thyme and just a little bit of garlic to make a crunchy element. And how did I make the cauliflower couscous? I just got this processor, which is our hand processor, which I use every day in the kitchen. It's so great, and it makes your cauliflower couscous. Okay.
Sensational.
Yeah, so that's great. And then the other elements of the risotto will be the scallops, and we're going to sear them, but not just on the pan. We're going to use our fan grill function.
Okay.
So we've set our fan grill function up at 220 degrees, and the element that's beaming down will grill the top tray, but underneath that is fan force oven. And with Smeg, the thermoseal effect that you're going to get is just amazing. There's no transfer of flavour. So when I eat the little biscotti biscuit, there's no seafood taste.
Right.
It's crunchy, but my scallops are going to be moist and delicious.
And that's a really hard thing for your head to get around at
It's
first,
so
right? When
difficult.
someone says, I'm going to put a scallop next to a piece of biscotti, everyone's head goes,
Well,
please don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't want a biscotti tasting like scallop, but it doesn't happen, and
No.
I can vouch for that because I've tried it before, and I've obviously had Elkie's beautiful cooking before, and it's sensational. So do you want to show them how that happens?
Absolutely, I'll get them out.
Great. So as you can see, they have such a broad range of appliances that do different things, and you can have your whole home set out with Smeg. It's sensational. Beautiful, beautiful.
So I'm just using the grill insert. So with Smeg, they come with some beautiful enamel trays. Great quality.
Yeah.
They don't buckle and warp. They can handle some high heats because when you grill, you're sealing the food.
Yeah.
So it's quite hot at 220. So I've got the grill rack on. I could be grilling halloumi, peaches, chicken, pieces of fish, whole sides of ocean trout. And the effects is just not like restaurant.
That's sensational.
All I've done is sprinkle them with some olive oil and some thyme. I'm going to put a little bit of sea salt on top. Okay, now they're going to go in the oven just for 3 minutes.
Great. Okay. That's perfect. That's so quick. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. This is what I love about what Elkie's showing us today, is that as restrictions are starting to lift, this is an easy, entertaining and impressive meal that you can do with appliances you have at home.
and that's some biscotti. So you're going to see them both go in at the same time. So we've made our loaves of biscotti bread, and then we just sliced it, and now we rebake it, and they're going to go in together. Okay.
Wow.
Woohoo. In they go.
This is fantastic. So make sure you send in your questions. If you have questions about these appliances or Combi Steamers or anything, shoot them on through so we can get to answer them today. So Elkie, tell me, what is your favourite appliance at the moment? What are you loving?
Oh, I love the blast chiller. So being a chef, it's my life, but foodie, family also come first. So the blast chiller, taking that technology and having it in your own home, it's just bringing my industry at home, so I can get the restaurant results. I can do things, save time, rather than set panna cottas overnight. I can make them on the day and serve them that day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Your steamer. So that's a temperature.
It's
So
a
we did
temperature.
have a quick question that came through from Shazza. She's asked, what type of rice? Is it important you use arborio rice, or can you use other types of rice?
Absolutely arborio rice.
Okay.
So it's got to have a grain that absorbs that flavour in the stock. So you need that rice that's going to leak out some starch, and that starch makes the creaminess of the dish.
Right.
So you normally stir the starch out, and it gets coated, and it comes out just really creamy in the dish. So
Yeah.
arborio rice. But right now, it's funny you say I've been using barley a fair bit.
Oh, that's great.
So just an Australian grain as well. But risotto is definitely an arborio.
Yeah, right. That's fantastic. So Elkie, Smeg obviously has so many different styles of appliances, and that's what I love. So it can suit different types of kitchens, correct?
That's right.
So you've got your uprights. You don't just have the wall build. Smeg is quite beautiful in the way that they can change the design of your kitchen. So, but with Elkie coming in and doing cooking demonstrations, all the chefs being in store winnings, I think this is what's beautiful, is we can start that conversation and see what fits your family, right? Because every appliance will fit a different person. So
that's exactly right. Like, I mean, I'm a mum as well, so I'm sort of juggling my career, being that mum, getting home, having to get dinner on a table within 10 to 12 minutes most nights. So for me, fan grill is my life. That's how I cook most nights. Or on the induction, a crazy stir fry going on. But if I wanted to take it easy and low and slow, I love to set and forget about Smeg.
Yeah.
So throwing that roast in on a Sunday, and just, forgetting that you're actually a chef, that you can just have the oven cook your dinner, is fantastic.
You want to trust your appliances too, right?
Yeah.
It's taking the guesswork out and knowing that when you pop it in there, you're going to get beautiful chef-like results come out, whether or not you just chucked it in or not, because a lot of people aren't chefs,
Yeah.
but they want to be able to trust their appliance, and Smeg is a trusted brand, and it's been around for so long.
Yeah, no,
It just gives you beautiful results every time.
they do, and they back their products, so they love it. Being that family-owned company, they're there, they treat you like family, and I think that's what I fell in love with first when I first met Smeg. So I just fell in love with that whole personality of Smeg.
Yeah.
When I was here working on functions and events, they just were beautiful. So it starts from the very top all the way down, and I just felt like part of family,
That's
and I
beautiful.
really needed it. So to me, that family,
Yeah.
it's important.
Absolutely, very much. Family's never been more important than any time than now, has
That's
it?
right.
Yeah, that's great. Ooh.
That's our sea scallops.
Whoa, 3 minutes goes by so quickly. Oh, look at that.
Now, a lot of people
Pop
say,
out of the
"Oh,
way."
that's okay." So that's really hot. I can put it here, and we can hold it in a warming drawer just to take that pressure off as well. But one thing people, and I actually forget to do myself sometimes, is you can flick your functions. So our scallops are lovely and gorgeous and moist, but right now the biscotti needs to have a little bit more cooking on fan force. So I'm just going to adjust this from fan grill just by touching it, and then I just pick my function, and that can just have another couple of minutes, just so that my biscuits don't get direct colour on top. I want the heat to circulate around.
So that 3 minutes you've already had them in there is partially started cooking them, and
That's
you're just
right.
finishing it off for the other 3 minutes.
That's right. The heat's just going to transfer around,
Yeah.
and it's going to dry them out a little bit for us.
That's so easy. It's so great. And you were talking about warming drawers, so let's quickly touch on your warming drawer.
The warming drawer is phenomenal, and I know I've been to your showroom, and I'm very jealous of all the dehydrating you do in our drawer.
We do love our warming drawers.
I love the dehydrator.
Yeah.
But if you're having big dinner parties and you want to keep your platters warm, or you've got some elements you need to keep warm, it's just a great area to put things. And it just holds breads. If you want to have warm bread on the table, all that sort of thing can go in, and it's just so easy. One
Look at that.
touch, and you don't even know it's done. So you can hide it. And I often have my plates heating up in there, so they can just hold while we wait for our risotto to come out.
So, and like Elke said, in the Winnings kitchen, we are lucky enough to play with a couple of different types of warming drawers, and especially the Smeg is fantastic. And we dehydrate in there. It's the same temperature as a dehydrator that you might just get for a bench top. It's tucked away in here. We dehydrate grapes and we use them as muscatels. We dehydrate fruit or roll-ups for the kids by pureeing fruit and putting it out and drying them in there. Crispy capers you can do. You can activate nuts. You can even do your Christmas meringue.
Wow.
So make your meringue, place it in there, and it dehydrates it and cooks it for you. Set and forget, like you said. It's amazing.
Wow.
Super versatile.
That's
so
right.
make sure you're sending on your questions. But Elke, I wanted to ask you, what is the most common question you get asked in your cooking demonstrations?
What should I buy? That's probably the biggest one. And I'm just like, the world's your oyster with Smeg. So what do you want and what do you need? So try to break them down, get to know the person, actually what they cook at home. Some people want it to look great but don't cook a lot, so they might like the compacts, or they don't have room for the big freestanders. So I always try to break it down. Okay, what sort of space have you got? What do you like to cook? How do you cook at home most nights? And you know, that sort of, are they steaming or are they reheating? And that sort of gears us through the compacts to the second ovens. But it's endless.
Yeah, right.
Everyone wants to know what to buy, and I'm like, well, make sure you can drive it, have a go, taste our food, and that's going to hopefully help you decide.
Absolutely, and it's about how many people in your family. There's things to consider, right? What does Monday to Friday look for you? Do you want an appliance that's smart and intelligent?
That's right.
And it cooks for you, because there's that you have the ability with preset functions and things like that for it to happen. Or do you want to be the chef and you're in control? And that's what I love about Smeg, is you have such a versatility and a beautiful range of appliances that there's something to suit every type of person.
Absolutely, you know. And do you want a pyrolytic oven, one that cleans itself, or do you like to actually clean your oven? There's some people out there that do love cleaning ovens, but you know, it's just breaking down the needs and the wants, and what sort of options do you like? Color.
You do have a beautiful range of colours that suit any kitchen, so which is a gorgeous design point.
That's good.
There we go. Biscuits are ready. You can smell them.
Oh, smell that aniseed.
Oh, yum. So what flavour are they?
We've got pistachio aniseed. So this takes me back to Italy many years ago when I was there, a very long time ago.
Those travelling times.
You don't need to know how long, but a long time ago. That was the first smell that I came across, was aniseed. And then the pistachios, and then the coffee, and it's just amazing, you know, and then the cheese. Oh my God, the cheese.
So, and hang on, let's talk about cheese.
I know.
Because there's a little known fact I'm not sure if everyone's aware of. Let's talk about Smeg's cheese.
Yes. Okay, so Smeg is a family-owned company, but they are foodies, true foodies, because they make their own cheese. Okay, we all know about Parmesan, how good it is, but there's the king and the queen of Parmesan. So the Reggiano, the region where Smeg comes from, it's known, it's the food basket capital. So Reggiano, I wish I had the Italian accent, Chloe.
Reggiano.
So, there we go. Okay, it comes out of that region, and Smeg make a version of that called the Monticom, and it's just to die for. It's honestly the best cheese ever. We've had many cheese fights over the last crumb of it when you have events here at Smeg.
I know, I've fought for it. I definitely have. I'm
and
guilty.
Tonight, because I'm using seafood, I'm not using it.
No.
But if we were doing another style of risotto, absolutely we can load up that risotto with it. So
that's beautiful. I love
the
it.
cheese story of Smeg.
Yeah, I know,
But
and that's it. Family business. There's so many facets to it, and it's a beautiful story.
They love it. They're true foodies.
So let's touch on what you said there too about pyrolytic ovens. And a lot of people are scared by them because they don't really understand what happens.
That's right. I sort of explain it to like a mini kiln. Okay, where it heats up to an intense heat.
Don't put your clay in there, by the way.
Yeah. It's chemically, there's no chemicals used. It's just pure heat, and it incinerates fat. So you take out everything that's not enamel, and you just leave the shell. You make sure you wipe your glass, because the job of the pyrolytic is just to clean the outside of the enamel. So when you have got that pork crackle mess, or you've got the roast and the fats, you wipe your glass, but then you put it on pyrolytic function, and it cleans it beautifully. So it's a 2-hour setting, automatic program, and you can do it once a season or as much as you need to. But I love it. I don't have to scrub the ovens anymore. For me, that's the best thing ever.
Same, I agree. I'm guilty being a messy chef. So what are you doing here?
Well, this is my best friend here. This is our little hand blender, and this is just a little green gorgeousness to go over those scallops. So it's a salsa verde. So you can make your own sort of salsa verde by using any soft herb in the garden. So soft herbs being basil, parsley, chives, whatever you've got growing. And I just make a quick sauce. And if you've made too much, you can store it in a fridge. Comes with a little lid. So I've made some earlier. That can be for tomorrow's lunch for everybody. And we're going to drizzle that over our final product.
That's amazing.
Mm.
It's so good because Smeg do have the range of beautiful small appliances as well. We all know, I'm sure a lot of people know about your kettle and the beautiful range that you have there with the Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous range. So you will get to see all the different colours and variations that they have. They're stunning, very much so. So let's touch back on Combi Steamers here, because I know that's probably the biggest thing to get your head around.
Let's have a little sneaky.
That is looking good.
Yeah, let's bring it out and put some green stuff in.
That looks beautiful, starting to reduce,
Yeah.
cook down.
So it cooks down lovely, okay, and we can just finish it, okay? We can finish it on with some of the spinach.
Gorgeous.
But you can add any other things to this. This is your life at home. And I always say to friends and family, you know, if they tell me, oh, my kids don't eat green things, I say, well, throw them in a risotto, and I bet you they do.
Hide it, right? That's
Well, they
the way.
can't really identify it once it's wilted down a little bit, and still green and gorgeous. And then you hammer it with some lovely aromatics, which is our seasoning on gremolata, which you can use as an oil base or dry, and it just overpowers everything. And fresh peas go in, beans can go in, anything.
You could even blend that baby spinach into, in more in the green sauce, like you said.
Absolutely.
The nice zesty salsa verde, and hide it in there. The more greens, the better.
Absolutely. So I love it. And there's like Brussels sprouts that we can, you can add anything.
And that's the thing, right?
I love
Doing a
desserts.
risotto is so versatile, and I think you can make it more of a summer and lighter, fresher risotto by using, citrus and things. And then in winter you use the mushroom and,
Oh, yeah, that's
it's,
right.
It's a perfect
Flavours
way
of the
to,
season.
Yep. How are we going?
That's just great. I mean, what I love to do is just work around the seasons, because it gets you excited about what's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, if you can walk by a market or go forage yourself, it's amazing what you can find. So let's serve it up.
Beautiful, Elkie. And what I love what she's doing here is she's using that induction cook space as another working area,
Yeah,
which
I
is
love it.
beautiful about induction. Easy to clean down, drops temperature very quickly, which is safe for children, and you can use it as another workspace, which is fantastic.
Yeah, especially, if you're apartment living, you don't have lots of space.
Yeah.
For me, it's a winner. So I've got these little beautiful fresh scallops. You can put around and make a gorgeous dinner on a table for everybody to grab. And they're succulent and juicy and moist, and they only took 3 minutes.
Oh, beautiful.
So if you run out, you can always make some more.
Look at that.
Just
Easy,
like
entertaining.
that. And you get your little green gorgeousness here, and you just drizzle it over, and then that last element of the crunch can go on top.
Divine. This is the
Yum.
perfect weekend meal, right?
That's it. And if you were doing a little cocktail party at home, just to grill
We
scallops,
can now.
you can do all that
we can,
stuff.
Elkie.
It's exciting. Try and keep that quiet in my neighbourhood. They're all going to want to come over for dinner.
Definitely with the way that you cooked so beautifully.
It's the
I'm sure
product.
everyone would want to be at your house.
Seasonal cooking in Smeg is the way to go.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When you get results like that and it's so simple,
It's just like
within
a-
half an hour
yeah.
you are creating such a beautiful meal.
It's a Tuscan table.
Yeah, I love that Tuscan table.
Yeah. But your house, your rules. Like if you've got things in the fridge to use up, then work out a way. How can I crunch it up? And my answer to you would be fan grill it.
Yeah, I love
Crunch
that.
it up, and there's an element crunchy. Oh, yum! It's just one of those things.
Look at that. That is
The
beautiful.
seasons will inspire you to come up with your own unique recipes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've got this little that we can put our custards on.
So they're already done.
Yeah. So our little glass chiller should have done a beautiful job by now. We can serve them up.
That's fantastic.
And I know the other day in your showroom we did another sneaky Italian dessert.
We did, and guys, that is coming out this weekend, so make sure you stay tuned. Another beautiful recipe by Elkie.
But you can just, this is entertaining at home. So this is just doing things that would take, a brulee normally take an hour and a half in an oven in a bain-marie. But when you've got one of our compact Combi Steamers, you will find that it's just easy to do at home.
We're getting actually questions for Uber Eats by Smeg. So
Ah.
do you home deliver? If there's any left after I have to taste it, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. And then you've got your little biscotti. You can have this on the side. Now, again, use your seasons. So another inspiration will be lavender, orange, zest. You could just, make your own unique little things.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so versatile. I love it. And look at that beautiful spread that you've put on. Perfect
Yeah.
weekend.
And I mean, baked sugar is really nice. A lot of people say, where's the brulee? And normally I'll bake some sugar shards in there, so you get a whole big glass sheet of sugar.
Oh, wow.
And you can just snap that off, and that's your crunch as well.
That's perfect.
So there's lots of things you can do. But would you like to see one of those panna cottas?
I would love to see this panna cotta. So this weekend, Elkie's recipe is coming out. So make sure you follow us to get a chance to try it for yourself, because check out this wobble.
Look at that. It makes me want to do that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
what is this recipe?
Look, this is a beautiful, just a vanilla panna cotta.
Yeah.
And it's really simple. It has like 3 or 4 ingredients infused just with vanilla. For the winter, a great cream from David's Dairy. And then it's got the biscotti with the aniseed. It just takes me back to Florence.
And that's a coffee sauce you put on there,
It
right? Isn't it?
is.
True
It's
Italian.
Espresso machines. That's exactly right. So you're going to have to try this one, Chloe.
Oh, look, I'm going to have to sample all your goodies, I think,
Absolutely.
today, because you're a sensational cook. We're very lucky, Elkie, to have the pleasure of having you in our
I'm
winning
lucky.
stores.
Yeah, no, I'm very lucky to be with Smeg. Absolutely.
Yeah, and
no,
thank
sorry.
you so much for having us in your kitchen today and
My
cooking
pleasure.
us and showing us what it would look like to have Smeg in your kitchen at home. She's ready. She's telling us time to eat. I think that's the dinner bell, right? Thank you so much for joining us today, and do stop on by, check out our website for more beautiful inspiration like this, and keep an eye out for Elkie's beautiful panna cotta recipe coming this weekend. And thank you again, Elkie, and we hope to see you in store soon, and you guys to join us then too.
Thanks
Take
so
care.
much.